do you typically find that assignment rules for high priority leads are driven from Marketo or Salesforce?
It can be either. There's again, depending on the company structure. Like I've worked with loads of different people in my time as a consultant. I keep bouncing around. Um, but I mean, I tend to like having the control of that and that assignment because then I'll get the most visibility. So if I'm closer to Marketo, my answer is Marketo because I can control that assignment more carefully and I can control then when it goes over to that person and stuff like that. And if I can set the rules, then I hold the keys, and then it enables me to have better conversations. So Marketo is my answer solely from the reason that I prefer to have the keys rather than sales ops.
And so when sales ops holds the keys of routing, and in particular, I found that most Salesforce users do Salesforce assignment rules. What, as a marketing leader or marketing ops owner, are the challenges of having to go ask the Salesforce Apex, coder to update your assignment rules?
Yeah, I think you already know the answer. Like to that, you probably faced it so many times. But my answer is, you better build a bloody good relationship with your sales ops and sales team, and having that connectivity there. And if you, even if it means just slacking someone that you haven't spoken to a while in that team and asked about their day, that's something as simple as that people often forget about. That our sales ops are not telling us, or they've changed the rules again. Just reach out and have a conversation. So there's often a two-way thing. So because they'll talk to you about it. So my answer to your question is, if they hold the keys, you better have a really good relationship with them, because otherwise anything that you do is probably going to be redundant at some point when they switch something off, or there's no communication there. And I think that goes for business wide. No matter how big you are, make sure that, like, you as a person, even if your manager or team doesn't do it, build relationships early on and get yourself known as a person, because you will find out more. And that goes for virtually, right? Even the times we're in, you'll just get little nuggets of information that will go, that's interesting. We hadn't thought about that. Or actually, yeah, I needed to know that because I've got a campaign that's based on that, and you've just changed all the rules.
Awesome. I've got two more questions for you. One is, you've worked in a lot of Marketos. I'm not sure if you've done the negotiations on licensing, but based on your knowledge of how much Marketo is costing customers and how many records they're able to hold in their system, can you provide a ballpark of what a single email in Marketo costs? Is it like half a cent? Is it 10 cents? Is it like $1 a record to host a record in Marketo?
Oh, that's a tough question, John. That is a very tough question. So the pricing is based on so there's the basic licensing cost and hosting, and then there is the number of records that you hold, right? So I'm looking at my calculator here thinking, how am I going to answer John's question? But actually, I think it's going to be expensive if you get it wrong, but it's going to be cheap if you get it right, because it's not just the initial cost, it's the return on investment of that. So you consider everything, including opportunity cost of doing something else. Then I find it more difficult to answer your question when you account for everything. I feel like that was a trick